right, there we go. Day 87. That's my best guess. Either way, leg day. So I'm back at home. I'm gonna head over to this fucking kind of old school gym called Metro Fitness. It's fucking super cool in there. Honestly, I kind of wish I was doing like chest, because they've got a pretty good amount of specialty chest machines. Like a variety of they got some hammer strength incline presses. There's this one old school Nautilus chest press where the handles sort of come together as you do the rep. That feels super good. But I mean, for legs, all I really need is squat rack, leg extensions, and leg curl. That's pretty much the bare minimum that I would like. But they've got some extra stuff here too, a variety of hack squats. I'll get on some of that. They've got a few cool different sort of hamstring curls, so I'll do a little bit of variations. And I won't have to wait for a leg extension because they've got like 4 of them all in a row next to each other, which is great. So gonna do it the same as usual. Gonna do hamstrings first and then move on to quads. I can understand why that would be a little confusing, because, you know, when I say you should work out by starting off with a heavy compound lifts first and then moving on to more isolation movements, right? For legs, you know, wouldn't it make sense to start off with like squats and leg press? Now I see why you would think that, but my logic is pretty much I can do a whole hamstring workout and my quads pretty much won't be affected at all. Like the strength when I squat or leg extension, whatever, it doesn't really get affected, right? And hamstrings doesn't really like gas me, you know? If I were to do quads first, then by the time I'm done with quads, I'm fucking exhausted, right? Breathing heavy, my heart's pounding, you know, I just want to be done. So I'd rather start off with hamstrings, get it out of the way, get some blood in the area, makes my knees feel better too. And then when I move on to quads, just go all out and I don't have to worry about doing anything else after. Except for calves. But doing calves every day, it's easy. So let's just get in there. Let's get fucking started. I'm excited. So it's fucking beyond hot in here. Even just moving around, like doing warm-ups for calves, I'm already sweating. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole shirt ends up fucking drenched. But I warmed up hamstrings a little bit, so you know, I like the leg hamstring curl. You know, the only reason I don't do it at the normal gym is because we don't have one. At least not a good one. So I think I'll just throw the stack around for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 sets and then move on to something else. Oh, fuck. Huh. All right, so those heavy sets felt pretty good. I mean, that's the most amount of tension I'm gonna have on my hamstrings, and like they're already fucking sore and pumped. Well, maybe not sore yet, but they're fatigued and pumped. Better way to say it. So I think I'm gonna move on to this standing single leg curl. Maybe just do 3 sets or so. The point of something like this, like comparably to this, Like I would say it's almost like a bench press versus a chest fly, right? In the sense that on this movement, I'm trying to go really heavy. I'm trying to move around a lot of weight and just put a lot of tension on the muscle, in this case being the hamstrings. But with this movement, it's gonna be a lot lighter weight. So, I'm not doing so much, damage per se, but I'll still make it a good set by really squeezing and focusing more on like a burn, if you can imagine. So, probably 3 of those will be good. So when it comes to rest days in the split, I mean, this whole past coming up on 5 years, I've just pretty much been lifting every day, right? Now, the times I don't lift are, multivariate. Either I'm sick, right? Perfectly good reason not to go to the gym, just stay home, recover, right? I am perhaps busy, be it school or some other obligation, whatever reason, you just can't make it. It happens sometimes, not ideal. Or for whatever reason, I'm legitimately fatigued, stayed up all night doing something, 0 sleep. Then, maybe it might be more beneficial to you to skip. But on the opposite hand, if you still go into the gym after an all-nighter, or when you're not really feeling your prime, that's gonna build character, turn you into a more intense lifter. So as far as I can tell, the guy who goes to the gym every day will get better results than the guy who doesn't. It's for a multitude of reasons. He's just gonna be more hardcore. So I make 7 sets of hamstrings done. I think I'm gonna do some single leg laying curls. Same logic as these ones. I mean, I'll go a bit lighter, really just try to get a good squeeze. Probably 2 or 3 sets maybe, I'll see. Actually, now that I think about it, I'll do a set of pause reps, right? So I'll go halfway up, pause the weight, and then finish the rest of the rep. Super good variation to throw in. I'd recommend everybody do it. Oh shit, dude, it is fucking hot. So there's a squat rack in this gym that I like more than this one, but it doesn't have safeties. And I've done it before, but I'm not a big fan of squatting without safeties. You really just never know what could happen. Even if you're not even going crazy heavy, you don't know you just never know, So you may as well not risk getting insanely fucked up. So just throw the safeties on. It takes you 2 seconds. So I just did a plate for a few reps. Let's do 2 plates for a few reps, and then we'll just skip ahead to the top set and then move on to something else. What happened to the set of squats? Dude, I'm so fucked up. Every time I do them, go down, fine, whatever. And as I'm coming up, I just activate my adductors. I gotta look into that. Maybe I'll throw in some extra adductor work. So, at this rate, looks like I'll do squats every other lift. But, not gonna stop me from getting a crazy quad pump, I'm not a power lifter at the end of the day, right? It doesn't matter necessarily what movements you do, as long as you fatigue the intended muscle group and get a crazy pump. right? So I'm gonna start off with leg extensions, probably maybe 3 or 4 sets, single leg, just really heavy, try to fucking work them, and then move on to some sort of machine. You know what I'm saying? 4 leg extensions. And there's even a few over there too. It's fucking great, I love it. So, all right. So, the first 2 sets I went crazy heavy. Now these ones, I dropped the weight a little bit so I can really get a really good squeeze. So this is kind of piquing my interest. It's a hack squat, pin loaded, and also sideways. I tried it out a little bit. It feels all right. I don't think I want to do a legit set on it, but what I know is going to give me a gnarly pump is doing a set of leg extensions to pre-exhaust and then jump onto here and do some reps, almost sissy squat style, you know, where you put your weight on your toes instead of your heels. So I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 of those should feel pretty good. Maybe 3, I don't know. I'll have to judge it based on the first one. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Other than being a little bit awkward to get into, that felt sweet. I might do 3 more of those, goddammit. God damn it. Whoa. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Fuck. Let's go check the pump. Not the greatest lighting. You know, I prefer, if you have any understanding of how lighting works, if you want to see your most, quote unquote muscular self, ideally, all the area around you is dark and you just have one light source right above you, right? Because then you're gonna have the most shadows and like striations showing, but whatever. Still pumps regardless. So let's see if it, let's see if it looks it. Oh my goodness. Whew. Holy shit. Certainly feel pumped. I'm getting a little bit less veiny, which, you know, that's a good thing. Means the bulk is actually doing something. Ugh. Oh man. Wish I had a measuring tape. Then I'd actually be able to know, you know, just how pumped they are. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. As long as you eat enough food and you train hard, you finish your lifts with a pump, you're gonna grow over time. Now, when you get into the nitty-gritty details, that's where it can decide whether or not you grow a lot or a little, right? If you don't eat enough food, you're not gonna grow at all, obviously. And if your training is really fucked up and stupid, then you're probably not gonna grow either. So I guess it's not that simple, as I just said. Whatever. My fucking brain is fried. I'm gonna finish calves and then get in the car. I forgot my dextrose, so no dextrose shake. Not ideal, but I'll survive. Oh! That was fucking hard. The heat did not make it ideal, but of course it still fucking killed it anyway. Right? I think there's a level of complaining which isn't too bad, right? Like when I was in there saying like, oh, it's fucking hot in here. You know, that's not necessarily like putting myself down, right? I would not want to dwell on something like that throughout the whole lift. Because then, I mean, just what's wrong with your mental state, you know? You want to go to the gym to be comfortable? Oh, the AC isn't on high enough. The fans aren't blowing hard enough air. I can't get a good workout. Oh. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody's really like that, but you get what I'm saying, you know? When you're in the gym, if something's bothering you or you got some kind of setback, you know, maybe you tweaked your shoulder or something, or, you know, you're dealing with some shit outside the gym of whatever variety, you know, you got your whole life outside the gym that could be fucking up your mind. Or, you know, whatever, you're just tired or something. You know, the more you think about that, the more you're just convincing yourself that you're in a compromised state, right? Like, sure, it was hot in there, But I wasn't thinking to myself the whole lift, oh, it's so, oh, oh, it's so hot. Oh, oh, I can't go that hard. Oh, wrong, right? Or like if you're thinking about something outside the gym that's kind of invading your mind, you know, if you can't just sort of push it away, at least try to turn it into some sort of motivation, you know? Like as silly as it may sound, like anything that could be going on, you just flip it around such that you're the one who gets the upper hand. Like let's say some asshole actually called you small. Like some guy who was bigger than you was like, "Hey man, are you done with that fucking machine?" Or just I don't even know what they would say. I don't think people really bully like that anymore. But you know, let's say somebody's fucking with you like that, right? You just gotta, in your mind, you're not gonna want to be like, "Oh man, he's right." Boo hoo, blah blah blah. You gotta just be like, you know what? Fuck this guy, man. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna hit this set. Like as silly as that sounds, you know, the more you can do something like that, the better. Oh shit! Fucking Dad's pissed off at me. Fuck. You know what? Fuck. I don't care. Fucking hit this set. The more that you can just sort of translate whatever negativity in your mind into, fuck it, I'm gonna hit this set, the better. You know, as silly as that sounds. But I never really, I didn't necessarily, what's the word? Not connect. Or I didn't necessarily relate to the idea that like the gym is your safe place for a while. Like I didn't necessarily, I didn't really get it. Like in my mind, I just want to get, I want to get big. The gym's where you do it. That's just where I go. But there's some legitimacy to that, honestly. I mean, you know, you get into your own zone, you're doing your own thing. You know, nothing else is really, you know, as long as you can push it out of your mind, nothing else is in your head. So, yeah, I would call it a safe place, goddammit. Let me try to not get T-boned on the highway. Whoa, there we go. Yeah. So again, I feel like I have the need to explain this. What split am I doing? I still get a ton of split comments, so I'll break it down again. You guys, you're itching to hear it. But I mean, if you look at the upload schedule, I think you don't need an IQ of 160 to recognize a pattern, you know, right? What happens after leg day? Chest day. What happens after chest day? Back day. What happens after back day? Arm day. And then it repeats. So in my mind, rest days, overhyped. Overhyped, you know. If you're a beginner lifter, right, you will probably need a rest day. If you get hooked up with your, you know, with your buddy who's a serious lifter, and he takes you through a legit workout, that could legitimately put you out for the next day, right? Whereas, you know, after a while, your body will get used to that sort of, oh crap, I did not see that guy at all. I was about to merge. Over time, your body will get used to it, right? The human body it's made to adapt, all right? So if you don't think that it can handle working out for like an hour and a half every day, then you've just gotta flip a switch in your mind such that you'll be able to, you know, get that through your head. And the easiest way that you'll be able to understand that is if you just start doing it, you know. Sure, in the beginning, it'll be hard because you're not used to it. But over time, you know, you can get used to a lot of fucking shit, right? And as far as I'm concerned, the amount of fatigue that your body is going to have the next day after a lift, as long as you eat enough food, you rest enough, you take all your vitamins, everything else, and you've done it for a little while, I think you can handle it, you know. Like, my legs are fucked up, and they're gonna be fucked up for at least a day, likely 2 days. 3 days, maybe I won't feel them anymore. 4 days, I can guarantee they're ready to get hit again. And in the meantime, tomorrow, you know, my chest is fucking primed to work. right? And the day after that, even though I just like thrashed my chest and got a good shoulder pump, right? My back is also going to be ready to get worked. And then after that, you know, my arms didn't get worked for the last 3 days. They're ready to get hit too. You know, just because one body part is sore does not mean that your whole system has been compromised such that you actually need a rest day. But then again, I mean, that's up to you. I'm just telling you what I do, right? I think a lot of this stuff you got to sort of understand that, like, sure, I'll give you advice that's you know, pretty generalized, right? Like counting your calories, taking all your creatine, your pre-workout, your vitamins, like that. All that shit is good for everybody. But when it comes to, you know, your split and your training style, you know, there's some basic outlines that you should be following. You know, when I say that you should start your workout by going really heavy and then transition more into squeezing movements toward the end, like, I think that's pretty legit. But when it comes to like exercise selection, you know, your body is completely different than mine, and so is everybody else's. So that's where you've got to take it upon yourself, you know, consume a variety of information, you know, maybe watch watch some of the science-based guys so you can learn more niche lifts, watch some old school 80s bodybuilders so you can learn some hardcore intensity. And you've got to be able to sort of just pick and choose from all of that and apply it to yourself in a way that you feel is going to work, right? If I just told you a workout split, if I gave you a workout plan and I just told you follow this, do exactly what I'm telling you to do, you know, you'd get results, you'd grow, but you would grow way more and be set up to grow in the future if you were to, you know, learn this stuff for yourself, right? If you give a man a fish, what happens? I'm not going to answer that, you already know. But if you teach a man to fish, oh, you know what I'm saying, right? So, ideally, you're going to transition from the newbie lifter who's maybe just, you know, monkey see, monkey do, doing what he sees other people doing, to the enlightened lifter, right? Who understands the process, you know, has a good mind-muscle connection, can really make each of his sets count, and can make adjustments to his workouts on the fly just based on how he feels, right? You know, if I'm doing barbell bench, and my shoulder is fucked up, I'm not gonna keep doing barbell bench. It's fucking hurting me. I'll move on to like a chest press, or maybe dumbbells, or maybe pressing at all is fucking hurting me, and I just need to do a purely cable-based chest workout, right? If you can't, you know, think that critically while you're working out, you just got to learn more information, get some more experience, and over time, you'll be able to. So this isn't a night and day process either. This is not a night and day process either. I mean, you got to think, I've been doing this for fucking years, you know, and like a pretty good portion of my day is like watching, you know, fitness, whatever, bodybuilding, training, stuff like that, or just doing it myself and talking to big dudes in the gym. Main idea, I say this a lot, just gather as much information as possible and actually try to understand it, right? Because if you know what you're doing, you'll be able to put so much more effort into it versus if you just, you know, do what someone else told you to do, right? So I'm gonna go home. I got a variety of food to eat. Full day of eating, it's gonna happen. It will most certainly happen, this bulk. I'm just fucking lazy. So, I mean, that's it. Our chest day tomorrow, that's going to be back at the normal gym. Get ready to see some heavy weight, same as usual. So I'll fucking see you next time, goddammit.